So I'm back, and today we're going to do another versus episode. That being the Generation Sky-Byte mold versus the Transmetal 2 Cybershark mold. And the reason why we're having these two face off is the fact that the original Sky-Byte was a repaint of him, just a straight up repaint. So the mold is, we're looking at the mold more than anything. And I honestly think that and I haven't really gone through these guys yet on my own, so I can't really say for sure, which one I'm going to like better. But one, I think that this mold still holds up today. So I think he's very unnecessary. And also, I think this mold was a superior figure to this one. So we're going to take a look and see how things turn out. So first thing we're going to look at is the head sculpt. So we'll zoom in on Sky-Byte here. Come on. Focus. There we go. So there's his head sculpt. Pretty nice. And here is the Transmetal 2. Again, not too much different there. These figures do not like to stand. Now, they both have very similar glaring problems, that being kibble. He's got the sides of the shark hanging off over his back here, whereas he's got the sides of the sharks hanging over his shoulders back here. So it's still present. He's got the head of the shark hanging off his butt. And he's got the head of the shark hanging off his chest. I guess this kind of masks it better, but not entirely. And then he's got the tail fins here on the shoulders. Now, or the fins. Now, I do not have the fin for this side. I got this guy for $1 because he was missing that. So I'm not gonna really search for it. It's not that important. And he's got the fins kind of hanging off the waist here. So both have the fins. Both have the same amount of kibble. Now, posability. His head is on just a swivel, so it rotates around. Shoulders can rotate up and down. They do full. There's a hinge there. He's got an elbow bend. And his forearm here is very hollow and not very good. Hand rotates, and the thumb has a little bit of articulation as well. Nothing at the waist. Oh, this arm, same thing at the shoulder. Bends at the elbow. And then he's got the big claw thing here. Now these two claws do open and close. And if you press this button here, the whole thing rotates. And then this little button here, you can push this, I think, right? Is that what's supposed to happen here? There it goes. Okay, so you push it back and missile fires. Nothing at the waist. Hips rotate up and down, in and out. Swells at the thigh. He's got really hollow calves here. Bends at the knee. I mean, really hollow. I mean, there's nothing there. It's just plating. And then the foot can pivot. there's that. We're going to leave the missile out for a while. Alright, now we'll get this right out of the way here. He does come with a missile launcher too. It just ports into his hands, and you just push these buttons, and it's a double barrel one, so he's got 2 missiles, and they do fire a little bit further than that one. Head is on just a regular swivel, so no different there. This shoulder is on a ball joint, so same range of motion there, up, down, in, out, around. Elbow is on a ball joint, so same equivalent there. Now there's nothing at the hand, and he's got the weird gorilla hand, or the curling hand pose. So does he, but you can actually rotate you can rotate these too. So I guess the only thing he really loses is the fact that he doesn't have a hinge on his hand. This arm is on a ball joint. Good range of motion there, equivalent to the other one. Swivels at the the bicep, same thing there. Bends at the elbow, so same thing there. His fingers do not open and close, but these things do collapse in. So if you don't want it to be big claw hand, you don't have to have it. And then if you rotate this spool here, it does rotate. So essentially they have the same gimmick as well. Nothing at the waist. Hips are on ball joints, so same equivalence to the other one. No swivel at the thigh or anything like that. But he does have a double bend knee. He's got a rotator port at the ankle. So he's got that. So he does have a posability in the ankle, and then he's got the pivot at the foot. So essentially, aside from his hand not opening and closing, they have the same amount of posability. Now let's get them into shark mode, see how they stack up there. So to transform him into shark mode, you want to open this panel up, flip this hand in. I've only transformed him a few times, so I hope I do this right. Open these panels up, just kind of get them back and out of the way. And you want to rotate this arm so it's like this, and rotate this arm like this, and then it will come up like so. And there's a little hole right there that this piece will plug into. Alright, so there's that. Pull the little chest piece down, straighten that out, and then you rotate this piece around. That'll flip out the nose of the shark. Just kind of try and line things up here. He's a very fidgety little figure too. Slide this all the way down. This will fold up. You rotate this around. And I'm trying to make sure I do this right. Push this all the way down, and then this piece will fold up and just kind of sit right there, I suppose. Unless I did something wrong. I think I did. Alright. He's not a very fun transformer, that's for sure. Okay, so this piece will rotate around and come to the back here, and then these kind of come up over here like so. Alright, Now this piece will rotate around. I know this is hard to see what I'm doing here, but it's a figure that is not a very good transformer. You just kind of have to line things up. He's a very panely transformer, and you guys know how I feel about panel formers. Okay, so then there's little pegs here and here that'll plug into little slots in here, right there and there. I know I'm not doing a very good job of transforming this guy, but like I said, he's not a very easy one to show. I'm sure other people did it just fine, but I'm not as good with the panel formers as other reviewers. Give me a shell former, I'll show you how to transform it. Give me a parts former, I might hate it because it's a parts former, but I can show you how to do it. Alright, so the legs come back like so, and then there's a double hinge in here, one at the knee and then one that connects into the shin, and that will come up like this, and you pull the foot down. Like I said, it's a very finicky little shark. And you have to get things just right to get things into position. And because it's panel former, it's hard to really show off. There's lots of little tabs that have to fit in at the right time to get it just right. And I do not like that. I never liked panel formers like this. With all the little tabs, that's why I did not like the top half of Orion. And then you just kind of line up all the little tabs and make sure everything clips in, and you clip in the mouth. There you go, and there he is in shark mode, and he looks like a very sad shark. He's Droopy the shark. I mean, that's kind of sad. And now let's take a look at the figure that's about 15 years older. Alright, this guy was not a fun one either. He's not a panel former, he's a shell former. So you unclip the chest here, you rotate this up, and you want to rotate these panels around like so, and then there's a little groove back of the head here that will kind of clip in right underneath this little piece right here. So you want to try and get that, and then there's also two tabs on here and here that'll plug into the sides of his head. I'll try and show that off once we get up there. Okay, so that's plugged in, and you just kind of pull these panels down, and then there's just two little holes on the sides of the head there and there. Alright, now you want to take this piece, and it's on a hinge, rotates in, and this will rotate up like so. Peg everything in, collapse those claws up, and there you have the back half done. Sort of. Oh, no, we did it wrong. Rotate it this way. There's a rectangle peg here. There's a rectangle peg with a slight little notch on the top. That's the one you want on the top to fit through this panel up here. Just like so. Just like that. Because this arm will come around and there's a little rectangle port that will plug in right on top, right there. So just plug that in, and he's got a little bit of a visible hand syndrome in a very unfortunate spot on the shark. Alright, so you pull these panels out here, and then this piece will, let's see here, does it come back or does it go forward? Let's see, it would have been here in robot mode, so I think it goes up. So you want to take the shark head here, pull that all the way down, just kind of put that into place. And you can take the missile launcher here and just it plugs in just back here. There's two friction ports here that will just friction on to this piece here. So if you get it in there the right way, there we go. And then you double bend the knees, double bend the knees. And then there's two little ports on that side and two little holes on that side. And you just plug these in. And pull these panels down. These panels down. And this should really lock in a lot better. Why is it not locking in? What the hell? There we go. You just gotta give it a really good push. And these things just kind of fold down. And there you go. Now, which shark do you guys think looks more menacing? The I'm about to eat something or sad day shark? I have to give it to him on that. But ultimately they're both a jumbled mess. I'm not having any fun with this video. I'm gonna pause it so I can keep going. Alright, so to get him back into robot mode, you want to just start pulling the panels out. Get things unpegged. Doesn't take much. Take the legs, fold them down. This will slightly peg in here to the knee. And then you can kind of rotate the panel around. It's still a hollow piece of junk. Hollow piece of junk. Alright. We got the hollow piece of junks down. Move the tail fins down there. Pull these things back. Unpeg the arms, rotate them down. Just rotate them around. Flip this piece around. Flip the hand out. Collapse the forearm together, although it doesn't really collapse together. Rotate this piece around so it's on the back. And thus really gets in the way of everything. Pull the head up. Rotate it around. Okay, there's the head. And then rotate this piece around so that the Predacon logo is facing forward. And there you have Sky-Byte in robot mode. And then here you want to pull these little parts out. Pull the legs down. Pull off the gun. Throw it to the side. Pull the shark head back. Split the things, just pull them off. folding his arms down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is not my best video, but honestly, plug that in, rotate this around, plug this back in here. See, this was going to be there, so we'll just plug this back in here. That's the easiest way to do these panels, because they just kind of get in the way of everything. And there you have Cybershark. And okay, I give them both a 1 out of 10 for both of them together, 0.5 each. This figure was decent for the time. It did not hold up. I thought it would have, but it really doesn't. And even at the time, I remember this thing being just an annoying piece of shit. I really did not like this figure. Then I do not like it now. Keeping the panels on is hard to do it without pulling them apart. He doesn't stand very well. He's not a very good figure. But he's solid, at least. He's a solid Maximal. He is not solid at all. He's just a fiddly little panely figure with lots of hollow points. I mean, look at these legs. This is fucking ridiculous. This figure is absolute garbage. I can't recommend this to anybody. They're just, you know, Cybershark was never in the cartoon of Beast Wars. So he is, you know, I'm sure there's some people that really enjoyed it, but not enough that I would say that there's a fan base for it. Sky-Byte was an obscure Japanese Transformers show that got imported to America for one reason only. Because the sequel to Beast Machines got canceled at the last minute. And they needed a filler before Armada could start. That's it. That's the only reason why this character was ever brought to American shores. So that being said, there was never any purpose to him. And I know, I know he's got his fans too, but I can't see it being big enough to warrant a new figure like this. And whoever did make this figure, it really seems like they took a big shit in whoever did like this figure, because this thing is just garbage. Absolute garbage. I can't recommend this to anybody. Even if you're a huge Sky-Byte fan, if you haven't picked this up yet, just walk right on by. This thing is not fun to transform. Things do not line up very well. Things do not hold together very well. He's a floppy mess. He's hollow, and he's not a good toy. And this guy, you know, if you guys are looking to complete a collection or something like that, just, you know, only get him if you have to get the full set. Otherwise, get the Beast Wars, the first Beast Wars Cybershark. I think he was a Hammerhead. He was awesome. Absolutely great figure. This is not. This is just trash. It was trash then. It's trash now. I can't recommend these things.